Hello there, my name is Vivian, but most people call me V. I'm a registered nurse resident in the United Kingdom. I work as a theatre nurse in the NHS, but I also run my own private medical aesthetic. Unless I forget, I am also a breast cancer survivor, so welcome to class. I know exactly what it feels like to be an immigrant in a foreign country, working long hours of shifts and wondering, is there ever going to be a way out? I know this because the UK is not the only country I've ever lived in. I used to live in Northern Cyprus, Turkey, where I was mostly doing my master's degree, but also practicing my aesthetic skills. A little background about my foundations in aesthetics. I got my first training in 2021 when I went home to Nigeria for summer. I met somebody who already owns a beauty spa and I picked interest in what she was doing. She told me she was running a class and I could enroll. I quickly grabbed the opportunity because at this time I hadn't convinced myself about what path I wanted to take in healthcare. So when this opportunity came, I took the training and I fell in love with aesthetics. So that was how my journey started. At the end of the day, I partnered with my friend and continued practicing in Nigeria. And when I returned back to Turkey, I continued practicing in Turkey. Now I am currently living in the United Kingdom. I have gone ahead to take more courses on the United Kingdom pathway to aesthetics. So I am a certified esthetician and currently undertaking my level 7 in medical aesthetics. But while I have been on this particular level of aesthetics, I have realized that you don't even need to do so much for you to gain so much from aesthetics. I'm going to tell you everything that I have learned on this journey and hope that it points you in the right direction and opens your eyes to a new possibility. This is a promise. If you take this seriously, you could make thousands of pounds or naira or whatever currency that you have in this industry. Because guess what? Every day by day, the world is getting more and more superficial, which is a good thing for the beauty industry because now more and more people want to look good and take care of themselves. So this is a great opportunity for you to grab something from this industry. Now, before you actually go ahead and take up those courses, now if you listen to my story, you hear where I said that I took my first course in Nigeria and then I came to UK and took another course. And I was going to take another course, which I would have regretted later if I had just jumped into it without thinking and actually doing more research. This is to say that in getting into the beauty industry, especially when it comes to aesthetics, you might get overwhelmed and find yourself taking up so many courses that are probably irrelevant or just unnecessary for you to actually start. So in this class, I'm going to be telling you what medical aesthetics really is, the opportunities in the industry, the common mistakes that cost people money, and finally, the smart roadmap that you can take to enter this field without wasting thousands. Let's start with the big question. What is aesthetics and why is it worth your attention? Aesthetics isn't just beauty. It is medical grade skincare, anti-aging, and non-surgical treatments. In aesthetics, you find things like dermaplaning. If you know about skin cycling, you will know that our skin sheds every 28 days. So now, in the process of shedding, sometimes our skin does not adequately shed. When that remnant, the remnant from the layer that was shedding, when it remains on your face and sebum that comes from the pores of your skin mix with that layer that did not shed properly, it can clog the pores on your face and cause acne. What dermaplaning majorly is scraping out that layer that did not completely shed while your face was going through this cycle. Okay, so things like dermaplaning, microneedling. Microneedling is also another treatment that comes into this medical grade skincare. We also have skin rejuvenation, chemical peels, and injectables. All these things are procedures that are involved. They are the main reason why someone will leave his or her house and come to you to do skincare for them. Because to be honest, if we were talking about just skincare, you and I can stay at home and do whatever we want to do. But when it comes to dermaplaning, chemical peel, enzyme peel, all these things are not something that someone can do on their own unless you are properly trained to carry it out on another person. And that is why people like you make money from this kind of skincare treatments. Now here's the reality. A 12-hour shift might pay roughly, let's say 120 or 150 standard. But guess what you can make from a micro needling procedure? You'll be getting 200 to 300 depending on your pricing and how good you are and your clientele. Between 200 to 300 on a client in 1 hour. Now make this comparison that you get dressed and go to a job that you spend 12 hours and get paid 150, highest 180 pounds. Now compare that to having just 1 or 2 clients in a day. That means the money you would have made in a whole day, you can make double of it in 2-3 hours and also have more hours to yourself. That's why aesthetics is booming. In this present age that we are, people are paying for confidence, for skin, for beauty. Africans and immigrants like us are stepping into this field and building wealth. When I started aesthetics, I wasn't money motivated. It was more, I'm somebody that loves to work with my hand. Part of the reason I enjoy my job as a nurse, I love to do things with my hand. And this has also helped me to thrive and adapt very fast in my workplace in the NHS as a theatre nurse. Yes, I still work for the NHS while I do this. But one of the main reasons I picked interest in this field is because I get to work with my hands. What I did not expect was the kind of money I started making from it, which shocked me, and I never looked back in investing in more courses and more trainings and more equipment. One of the most shocking things that I realized when I went back to Turkey after the training I had in Nigeria was that in 3 days, I made 500,000 naira. That was the most money I have ever made in a week at that time from my skill. It shocked me. And what I even did are skills that I can perform on a normal day without even getting paid for it. But the moment I learned that these things are things that I can package as a skill and actually get paid for it, it changed the game for me. Instead of rotting away and wasting my time, especially my nursing skills and also the skills that I learned from this training in Nigeria, I decided to take up that training and actually package it as a skill, and it made me money before I relocated to UK. Now, ever since I did my training in Manchester, it has felt like I have a bank somewhere. So even when I'm struggling financially, I just know that all I have to do is to post on my WhatsApp status and I will have clients wanting to book me. This is how powerful this industry and this skill is, and how it has literally changed my life. Now, let's talk about the pitfalls, the dark side, okay? Because just like beauty is, there is a painful part of it too. So we're going to touch on the pitfalls in this industry. The pitfalls are majorly about the mistakes that I have seen people make on their journey in this industry. One major mistake I have seen people make is jumping into the first shiny course they see, spending 3,000 to 5,000 pounds on a course just to later find out that it is not accredited or it will lead them nowhere. This is a major concern in the beauty industry, and I tell you, almost everyone that didn't have guidance made this mistake. There are so many courses out there. I tell you, there are so many people hosting courses. Now, one thing you should know that not every course that you see out there is accredited and will make you eligible to carry out treatments on someone else. Someone can come and teach you the skills and give you a certificate, but when the real thing comes, when there is a question about your practice, about your competence, you find out that the skill that you have does not match the certificates that you have been given. So it is very important that you are careful about choosing the courses to start with. And that is why you have people like me here to guide you, so that you don't waste your money and waste your time. Number 2 mistake I have seen people make is thinking that one short course makes you a master. It doesn't work that way. In this industry, things are always changing. Things are always evolving. So it is not a one-time training and that's it. You have to be ready to keep investing in yourself. That is if you actually want to be able to compete with the people in this industry. Because believe me, even though it looks like a vain industry, it is made up of one of the smartest people you know. So if you would like to grow and actually be valued and respected in this industry, then you have to know that it is not just a one course solves it all. You have to be ready to take more courses and keep up to date with the trends in the industry. As for me, like myself, I started with the first training from this lady that I told you in Nigeria. And after that, I have taken another course, which I did in Manchester in 2023. And now I have started my level 7 and my train the trainer course. So you see, it is an industry that you have to keep upgrading your certification if you actually want to be relevant and stay on top of trends. Number 3 mistake that people make is not asking the right questions. You're not asking the right questions before enrolling. You're not asking questions like, who accredits this course? Will it allow me to get insurance and be protected? Does it have real practical training? I've seen so many people lose money just because they didn't ask these questions. They just saw online, hey, I'm running a class on this. They think, once I do it, I get the certificates, that's all. You take pictures with people that are not the same skin color with you and you think you are now certified and ready to carry out these treatments. No, there are things that you have to do. One, your course has to be accredited. Now, apart from being accredited, your course also has to be practical, hands-on. I cannot stay here and teach you how to do micro needling without actually being face-to-face with you so that you see how it's done and what you do yours. And also, do you even know which agencies or organizations accredit these courses? Are you aware of who they are? Do you know how to become a certified esthetician? These are the right questions you're supposed to be asking before you actually pay those thousands of pounds to gain that training. Because at the end of the day, if you do not know the things that you're supposed to know, you will end up back to square one. Now, this is the fun part, okay? This is the roadmap. All right, I'm going to be giving you the roadmap to actually getting into this industry and making the best of it. Step 1, learn the industry basics. Take an intro class like this one that you're taking now. Understand treatments, pathways, costs before investing in one. 2, start small. Begin with skin-based courses like facials, dermaplaning, microneedling, chemical peel. These cost less and give you practical income generating skill quickly. Step 3, accreditation clarity. There is CPD and then there is off-call. CPD is widely accepted for insurance and is really flexible. And then there is off-call. Off-call is OFQUAL. It is regulated, higher standard, that's higher than CPD, more expensive, but it's worth it if you would like to go on and teach people after you have started your practice. Step 4, build confidence and portfolio. Now, there is one thing to get into this industry and start earning thousands, but it is another thing to actually start small, okay? Start small, offer treatments that are somewhat affordable so that you can get testimonials and have people check out your skill. Now, with the testimonials that you have, then you can start building on your prices. Because if you have not done anything, you have no portfolio, you have no clientele that can actually testify to what you are capable of, and you put your prices high, it's not going to, people will not be motivated to actually invest in you because there is no reference to what you are capable of. So best idea is start small and start affordable. Now build your clientele. Yes, people would say don't put your price down. I'm not saying mark your price so cheap that people will now find it difficult to actually pay more. But I'm saying put it at a reasonable price where you know that if it were you would easily pay that amount just for that set. And when you raise your price, you also make it known to your clients that, hey, your prices are now up, because you are now ready to start running an actual business, if you get where I'm coming from. And don't forget, when you get that payment, those first ones that people are willing to pay just to test your services, reinvest it in your business and then scale up. Actually moving into the big league, which is where the money is. So when you're ready, you don't have to rush it. When you're ready, plan to go advanced, okay? Go get more trainings to go into injectables because that's where the real money resides. I want you to walk away with this truth. Aesthetics is possible for you. You don't have to waste thousands. You don't have to stay stuck in shifts forever. Once you get into this, the amount of times you pick extra shifts will drastically reduce. So you can start small, learn smart, and grow into a profitable career. This class was just your starting point. And one very important thing I want you to keep in mind is through all these things, you don't have to quit your NHS job immediately. You can start part-time and then grow. If you learn something from this course, stay connected to me because I have so many things in progress that are coming up. I'm currently taking my Train the Trainers classes and I'm also enrolled in my level 7 already. And my end goal is to guide you through your career progression in aesthetics. Thank you, and I'll see you.